The RV Show USA is brought to you by Flagstaff, building better RVs, making smarter RVers.
All right, Alan Warren, the RV Wingman here. Excited to bring up our next guests. Now, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're watching right now on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the like button and turn your notifications on. So if you watch many YouTube videos about RVing, you will have no doubt have heard about these people. They are a full-time RVing couple, but their start to RVing was anything but smooth. You see, their marriage was, shall I say, it was on the rocks. That's what they say, and they decided to throw in the towel. In a last-ditch effort to save their marriage, let me have them tell you. John and Mercedes Condon, welcome to the show.
Hey, Alan, how you doing, bud?
Doing great. Thank you for being here. So am I being overly dramatic, or was your marriage really in trouble?
No, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, we were in trouble. I mean, we had, on the outside, everything was absolutely wonderful. The house on the bay with a boat in the backyard and the nice vehicles. But on the inside, we were falling apart. We were living in different parts of the house. And I approached Mercedes, and as a last-ditch effort, she had already started to file for divorce. I said, let's try to save our marriage, sell everything, and try to go full-time.
So how difficult was that to try to for you to buy that deal, Mercedes, when John presented it to you?
Well, it wasn't his first out the box, kind of out the gate kind of, but basically when we closed on the house, I think that was just kind of, assets were starting to kind of separate. It just was really ugly. And that was when it was like very apparent, like what this new reality was going to look like. And so at first he's like, let's give it one more try. And then he snuck in the RVing. See, he's pretty smart. Like, he doesn't go with the difficult pill to swallow first. He's like, let's do this, and then he's like, okay, now let's sell the rest of this and go on an RV.
A couple of videos on YouTube about RVing full-time families, and then she seduced me, Alan.
Yeah, the poor victim. John.
Yeah. So that had to be scary for you, for both of you, because you didn't know if it was going to work.
I know, and it's like if we fight and we're in a smaller proximity, this is worse. This isn't better.
Oh, man.
I wasn't going to work out, and I was afraid she wasn't going to like the full-time life when we finally everything was gone and we got out there.
I would imagine I'm sure it was scary, but probably not as scary as the thought of being apart. It's like I said when I was doing a little tease to you guys coming on, I said that y'all set out to discover America, and what you discovered, you refound the love that you had, and now it looks like you are closer than you are as close as you can be. You're together every minute, it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we really are together every minute, and when he leaves, like, to do random, like, get the oil change on the truck, it's so funny because it's like, I miss him. And I'm like, hurry back. But then when he's here, I'm like, okay, go. But then,
don't you have someplace to go, John?
Yeah.
All right, folks, they are the RV Odd Couple. And we had a caller actually left a voicemail with a question. You guys mind if we go ahead and play a call real quick?
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm from New Jersey, calling about the RV Odd Couple. It might be on one of your old videos, but why are you calling yourself an odd couple? You actually look very much like a really nice couple together. You kind of fit, and I enjoy your honesty, and it seems like you have a lot of integrity. I do listen to a lot of different channels, but I find yours to be one of the best. So good luck in the future endeavors. Take care.
That was nice. So, Scott, let me just tell you, looks are deceiving, brother. No. So why are you the odd couple? Tell us about that.
Well, we are complete opposites, and it's actually really a miracle that we can function in the same room sometimes. Because I tell you, we approach life and everything that we do the complete opposite way. But it's actually really good because we balance each other out. And we have opposite strengths and weaknesses, but, we're just so polar opposites in so many respects.
There's obviously an age difference between us.
Yeah, I'm the older one.
Politically, we're a polar opposite.
We're very
Although
different.
We're closer now than we ever have been before. where that goes.
Well, we're definitely very different, though, and how we approach life and, with the whole quarantining, how we find solutions to deal with that. Just everything we do is so different that it's a miracle that we can figure out a way to get a video out once a week.
Yeah, but the greatest gift that we found in full-time RVing is, believe it or not, we get to spend 24/7 with each other and with our daughter. We get to watch her grow up, and it's quite the blessing.
My next question was going to ask, how is your life different today than you imagined it would be a year and a half ago when you first set out on this journey? How's it different than you thought it was going to be? Better or worse?
Well, I think I would have settled for something half as good. I would have settled
Really?
I would have settled for something half as good. If you had told me a year ago, 2 years ago, that this is what our life would look like, I would have laughed. I would have thought that was a funny joke. If you had told me I would have gotten to see so many amazing, beautiful places, I would have laughed. If you had told me that RVing life could rock so much, I wouldn't have really known until you just experience it for yourself.
I just admire the way you guys are both so open in your videos. I mean, you're so open and honest about real life challenges that you've faced and you continue to face.
Yeah, again, we consider ourselves blessed, and we've had just as many challenges as most, and we've got some pretty big challenges in front of us. But I don't think we have, when we started the YouTube channel, we had no idea that this was going to happen, and we've got this brand new purpose and direction that we have in our lives now that we never imagined we have. We're part of a community. We have a family all over America called the RV Odd Squad, and they actually pick us up every single day. We'll get down, we go in, we'll hit comments, we'll find out, how Fat Bottom 72 is doing. And they share a lot of their family experiences with us, and we feel a responsibility to share ours right back.
For somebody who doesn't know who John and Mercedes are, they haven't found the RV Odd Couple yet. What are some of the most common questions that people ask you when they first, kind of come in? Besides, probably like Scott did, why are you guys called the Odd Couple? What are some of the other common questions?
We get a lot of questions. As far as RVing, we'll get asked about what kind of RV should I get, those sort of things. But as far as us, we get a lot of questions about our age gap, actually. It's so many questions that in a Google search, that was one of the search keys that came up the most.
Do they ask, Mercedes, why did you? Did they ask, how did you get a chance to marry a guy so young and good looking?
Yeah, they phrase it just like that too.
I'll bet they do. Well, listen, we've got some other calls, and one of them was fabulous, but it's too long for me to play. But I need you to tell me the story because part of the call broke up. I think it's Mike and Sarah from Portland. They said that they met you guys in California, that your daughter had done something that was very memorable, and that why don't you tell that story? Because Mike and Sarah, they'll never forget you guys.
No one will ever. We can't forget them.
Mike and Sarah Hogan were actually two of the very first RV Odd Squad members that we ever met in Yosemite Park when we were stuck there with the birds. And we got to meet. We had them into our home. We went under their home. No.
Okay, these are the kind of people that say, "Oh, I'm sorry, it's a mess," and everything's sparkling clean. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So we brought them onto their RV.
We went onto their Airstream of all the Airstream, beautiful, immaculate.
And Sage, we got to the back. Sarah was showing Mercedes around their beautiful RV, and Sage started projectile puking. And Mercedes, being a new mom, Mercedes being a new mom had never had this happen before, and so instead of keeping it in one spot, Mercedes ran as fast as she could across the RV to get her out of the RV.
I was trying to get to the door.
The entire RV.
Nice.
I didn't know how much there was. I was trying to get it out of the RV.
And they're still your friends.
Yeah, they're still.
What's wrong with these people?
Friends, yeah, they lovingly call Sage our little Pukey.
Yeah, we'll say Pukey says hi.
Pukey said hello.
Do you know? I'm gonna share a little story. My daughter, who's now 27, when she was a little girl, I'd take her to the movies. I'd let her have anything and as much as she wanted. And every time we went, she'd come back and she'd throw up, So I nicknamed her Vomit Girl. And so she was VG. Every time we go out, and her mother, where's Vomit Girl? I said, well, she's all loaded and ready to go. So anyway, hey, tell us about your daughter, because I know that obviously she travels with you, but whenever we've talked, not even on the show, you call her your baby, and she's not a baby, but I love that. She'll always, I guess, be your baby, but you refer to her on the show as your daughter, but she's your baby.
Yeah, and that's my older daughter, Mackenzie, who's 22 years old now. She just graduated Iowa State University a couple of years ago. She married a Marine who just finished his deployment and he's home safely. Thank you for your service, Connor. And, I get so much support from all three of my older kids. But my daughter, Mackenzie, who I call Cap, she's my baby still. She was my first little girl. She loves to call on the show and heckle me.
Yeah. And then John has another daughter that was born on his 50th birthday.
Sage was born on my 50th birthday,
wow.
So we know that God has a sense of humor. Alan.
Yeah.
Sage and I share the same birthday.
They share the same cake, and I didn't even get John, a birthday card that year. I figured a baby was enough.
Well, listen, so in a very short amount of time, like a year and a half, the RV Odd Couple, you guys have built an army. I mean, literally an army of people who love you guys. From a personal standpoint, what is that like? Describe what that's like for you.
That's what I was talking about, that purpose and direction.
Yeah.
We just started a YouTube channel to make a few extra bucks and make sure that we could full-time RV, and we gave ourselves a year to do it.
Yeah, and to help other people, because we were encountering some really big challenges that we hadn't heard about, and we wanted to, blast off to the world, don't do this. Please don't do what we just did.
And they ended up being our best teachers. They taught us how to RV.
Yeah.
The first year, we made just about every mistake you can make. We never acted like professionals RVing. We just showed the reality of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the embarrassing, And the RV Odd Couple was there because we respond to all our comments. We were able to learn a whole bunch, and they tell us what to do, what not to do.
They would always be like, okay, kids, do this.
So that's how relationships are formed. In the beginning, that had to be a lot easier than it is now with nearly 80,000 frothing fans that love you guys. How do you respond to everybody? You somehow find the time to pretty much do that. That's got to be a tremendous responsibility.
We do. We take it as a serious responsibility, and it's hard. It's getting harder as we grow, but we do the very best we can. We have a lot more work to do right now with our daughter, so we don't have the time that we used to have. But we do our best to keep up and respond back still. We've built meaningful relationships that will be lifelong, and we bump into these people everywhere we travel. We call ourselves RV Park famous.
Yeah.
We never imagined we'd be famous. We're not famous. We're RV Park
Yeah,
famous.
we're not really famous.
Not an RV park in America we go to where somebody doesn't pick us off. And what's cool is we have them over for a fire. We'll have them over for dinner.
Or just a quick conversation.
Yeah, and just sit down and talk. And we find that some of the most beautiful people we've ever met are RVers, full-time RVers. We're a lot alike. We want to get away from the crowds. We love nature. We want to be out in places that are quiet.
Isn't it great to go and be around people where you don't talk about politics and who you support politically? You just talk about life, the important things, family, and being together and connecting with each other. And you don't. I have never had a political discussion at our campground with anybody in 6 years, and I don't plan on doing it.
Yeah.
Well, he has. And let me tell you, it was so.
That's why you have all the friends, Mercedes.
Yeah, I know. It was so stressful. I was like, oh my gosh, John. It ended up good.
It ended up real good.
They ended up agreeing to disagree, and it actually, I think it brought them closer in the end, and we joked about it. Because after the discussion, they were able to come down to the core principles that they do believe in, and there was a lot of similarity there. But this one did talk about.
So it was that night, Alan, after that discussion, I picked up your policy of never talking about politics again, and we haven't.
Well,
we haven't done so. But
I need to try to remember that, because I'm so. And that's I digress here, but you can't help but get bummed out when you watch the news. It's just this constant, like a drip, drip IV of negativity and division and I just can't wait to get to the campground with some good people. Forget all that stuff.
Exactly. And we got to a point where we just had to turn the news off. We turned it off. That's how polarized we were by just watching it. It was wrecking our entire experience and hurting our friendship and our relationship in here. We got to be a team all the time.
Yeah.
So turning off the news was a big deal for me. We turned it off a couple of months ago, and it's really helped. Like, there's just so much division that it's not even worth watching. You don't know what's true or false anymore, so why bother?
All right, so when you guys began full-time RVing, I mean, you're both smart, and you didn't just jump. I mean, I know it was a quick decision, but it was a measured one. You went and you talked to consultants, and you figured you're going to try to make a living. You needed to make a living while on the road. Talk to me about what the experts told you, because I know you spent a whole lot of money to try to figure out how to plot your course for the RV Odd Couple. What did they tell you, and what do they tell you not to do, maybe?
Well, quick story is when we first jumped into this, we thought the YouTube part was going to be easy. The house was gone. We bought all the fun toys. We were getting super excited. And then we got into this Facebook group where there was a whole bunch, over 2,000 other RV YouTubers that were putting their videos up before they put them on YouTube. And we saw a lot of people that were working as hard as we were, but not making it. And the coaches, we decided to take some of our money that we had saved and invest it, because we gave ourselves 1 year to make money living this lifestyle. And if we couldn't do it, we were going to walk away from it.
Yeah, and so one of the best words of advice that we were given was that it's not about you. Nobody cares. And I think that sounds tough, like a tough kind of coach kind of mentality. But it's true. I mean, it's about what you can give. And so in a video, you can have a cute little personal tangent, but make it quick and make sure that your video is helping someone, no matter what the topic is, that it's helping.
Yeah, and that's what we teach people now is just focus on finding who your audience is, what your niche is, and focus on delivering content that's going to help the viewers on the outside. It can't be about you in the beginning.
Yeah.
And you do get to a point where it does start to become about you, because you start to become a personality that people look to every single week. You know, we have a responsibility now to deliver a video every single week. And they become more interested in us, but always give more than you take, always.
You know, I've also heard the advice of don't try to be who you are not. Just be yourself and think of others. And somebody's going to like you. Maybe not very many people, but for you guys, everybody loves you. But just don't try to be somebody you're not.
People love Mercedes right away. They tell me that I'm an acquired taste, and I think it's probably because of my accent, because I grew up in the Northeast.
Well, just people from the Northeast are a little more abrasive, and they don't think they're abrasive. They're like, "What's the matter?"
I can see that. I can see that. All right, so are you guys where you thought you would be 18 months in? You know, when you first started, or you've got to? I mean, I would imagine that you've way surpassed what you thought.
We would be, we're so far ahead of where we ever dreamed we would be right now. We really love the community that we built. We're doing a camp out in September. We're bringing in, we've got 50 camp spots available for RV Odd Squad members. We've got all kinds of gifts for them. We're going to feed them. We're going to have a live band. We're going to have a dance. We're going to do a cookout.
Is that the Palooza thing? The Palooza?
The Palooza.
Yeah, the RV Odd Squad Palooza. September 11th is 2020.
Yeah, that weekend.
Okay, so, and you've got, 50 sites, right? 50?
Yeah, we got.
So what's the response? Are you sold out yet, or I'm sure you got a lot of...
Not quite yet. Not quite
yet.
But it's actually funny because we go down to the campground office and check daily where it's at, because obviously we're going to give a warning when it starts to get close.
Yeah.
So we're a little more than halfway, but we just let everyone know 3 days ago. And so we were shocked at the outpouring of support and love, and people willing to drive distance to see us. We were shocked by it.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about it. I know afterwards we're going to get you guys back on to hear, you know, how it went and so forth. But let's talk about your videos. How often do you do them? If somebody's never watched them, is there a common theme? Give us the 60-second story on that.
Well, you can catch us on Wednesday mornings at 9:27 a.m. That's when we do our video, and sometimes we'll do extra videos, but Wednesdays are our day. That's 9:27 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. And our video topics range. I mean, we do talk a lot about RVing, but we also talk about life.
Yeah, and the emotions of it.
Yeah, and we share just our adventures, and this isn't a channel where things are going to look good. This is a channel where things are going to be real, and we'll walk through it together.
Yeah.
Content.
So we're not afraid to look stupid or embarrass ourselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Content. We've got another caller. You want to go ahead and hit it, Shemaya?
Hi, this is Nancy from Reno, Nevada. I'm calling for John and Mercedes. I'm new to the Odd Squad. I just want to say thanks for your honesty, your realism, and I just want to say God bless you guys, and you inspiring me. I'm trying to get on the road. I'm a single gal. I started with the tent trailer, now moving up to a small RV, but trying to find it. But you inspire me and my little dog. So the two of us will be hitting the road as soon as we get an RV. And even though we're far away, eventually I'd like to meet up with you guys and get to know you better. So God bless. Bye.
God bless you, Nancy.
That's so cool.
Isn't that nice?
So cool.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I think her name is Nancy Fernandez, and she'll tell me in the comments later
if it's her.
It's her, but I think I think that's Nancy Fernandez.
Well, we talk to our people, so
we talk to our people. We reach out to our people.
Our people. Now, listen to you guys. We talk to our people. Okay, that segues perfectly into my next question, and I'm serious about this, Mercedes, because you are, yes, you are a beautiful woman, but now you're not just a beautiful woman, you're a beautiful celebrity. And I want to ask you about security and what are your thoughts? And you've got to be able to, I mean, you have to take extra precautions, I'm sure. What do you do? Because that's got to be in the forefront of your mind. And John, you know, you got to be concerned about that as well, because the world has got a lot of weirdos in it. And what advice would you give to other women like Nancy, who wants to become an RVer and she's traveling with her pup?
Well, one of the things that we learned, because we had a scary experience, was that you can do a lot more for security in the preventative game than in the absolute emergency game. Like, you can avoid that emergency life and death if you focus on preventative stuff. So, like, motion censored lights are your friends. Things like don't camp at a place that you feel weird. Like, if you're feeling that you need to worry about security, that's a problem. But then also you do need to be prepared for, like, a worst case situation. And, you know, even things like wasp spray or bear spray, there's spray that has like a straight line, and it's not a lethal means of protecting yourself. But that's like a last resort. I think the most important thing is to focus on the preventative, making your place look not as appealing to break into. Right,
and I believe that everyone that has an RV should practice their Second Amendment right and carry a firearm with them, get training on that firearm, and practice regularly. That is what I think is the last defense. And I think you saw in the last couple of years, there's been a few couples that were in the middle of nowhere that weren't prepared to protect themselves.
And they were murdered. It's terrifying.
Big deal. The other thing that we think a lot about is if anything happens to me, because we do have an age difference. And so we're teaching Mercedes how to drive the truck and to pull the rig. You know, just in case anything ever did happen, she could get this rig out of wherever we are. So we're working on that video now. It's been quite an interesting
I don't even feel comfortable driving the truck because it's a dually. I am so scared of towing the RV.
She's going to do just fine.
Yeah, I don't think you could get a whole lot bigger. You got about as big a truck and as big a fifth wheel as you tow down the road. That's for sure.
Yeah, they make them 44 feet now, Alan. They're making these things up to 44 feet. We're 41'7".
Just amazing.
It's amazing.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about. We already talked about the big Palooza coming up in September. What other things are John and Mercedes working on that you want to share? Are you still training people on how to get started if they want to become a YouTuber? Or?
We do.
Yeah, we actually have a webinar on that.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah, next Wednesday that people can sign up for it. But yeah, that's kind of a passion of ours, is helping people, because we've seen so many families that decide
they sell everything because they watch YouTube videos and they dump everything. They go you know, thinking they're going to make a living on YouTube, and they fail, and we end up actually seeing people having to sell stuff and go back to renting a house because they've lost everything. And so It's a passion of ours. We help smaller YouTube channels grow.
And
And we've been doing it for about 9 months, and they're doing fantastic. We've got quite a few monetized, and all we do is we share the system that we paid, we call it our 10K blueprint because originally we invested $10,000 into it, but now we're up to $15,000 that we invest in this. And I mean, we both feel fulfilled when we see these people and then we watch them get on our blueprint and watch their channel start to explode.
And start negotiating with brands, getting free products for the first time. It's like, okay,
there is a way to lay out your videos so that they'll make them more helpful to those, viewers that you're trying to help.
Yeah.
But it's not easy. I mean, the market is saturated with lots of YouTube channels, a lot of content providers, and it's difficult without some kind of a roadmap. A lot of people, they think, gosh, we're going to do this, and they like you said, they sell everything, then they end up having to go buy it back.
Exactly, and we know because we do it 60, 70 hours a week to do this properly. And we teach the same things we do: engagement, know who your audience is, respect those who put you where you are. These are things that we train on, and it's just there's so much work involved with doing a YouTube channel that to not get paid is just horrible. And we feel bad for people that put in the 60 hours and then they got 50 videos, they haven't made a penny yet, they're still not close to monetization, and we give them or show them what we do, and then within a few months, they're monetized.
Things are clicking.
They start to click, but there is a format in which you should lay out your videos that people will enjoy your content and learn more from your content. We just teach people how to present information in a way that it's going to help their viewers.
Yeah.
But the other thing that you do, and then we're going to kind of wrap it up, is that you're honest with people. You will tell them things that they may not want to know, but they need to know. And I think that is so critically important in life. If you're a real friend, you've got to tell the truth. And you guys can speak from experience. In the last year and a half, you have made a lot of boo-boos, and hopefully you won't make, that we all do. But you tell the truth, and I think that is one of the reasons so many people connect with you.
Well, thank you. No, we just had a student of ours that said, because we watched their video, we gave them a bunch of feedback, and the first line was, we were defensive for the first 5 seconds, and then and it's so true that it's hard to hear the truth, and we try to say it in a neutral way.
Right.
But
don't want to hurt anybody,
but if you care about someone, you'll tell them the truth.
Yeah. And typically, every student that we've had that's monetized now will laugh because when we started reviewing their videos, they show us their videos before they show them public on YouTube.
And we're like, cut this.
Oh, do you really?
Redo this.
Yeah, and then, at first they don't like it.
No.
And some of them consider quitting, and we're not being mean. We're just telling them the truth, and this is what you got to do. And then when they start to see it work, that's when all of a sudden we have new family members.
Oh, they get it.
Yeah, they get it, and they see the light bulb go off, and then to watch. There's nothing like working as hard as you do on a YouTube channel and then being successful at it.
Like taking the training wheels off and they're on their own.
Money, having companies, offer things to you for free. There's nothing like it. It's great. A little bit of fame.
Yeah, a little bit more than a little bit, I think. So, all right, we're going to leave it right there. How do people get more information? I know you're all over social media. If you had to tell people one place to go to learn more, to learn about all the things that the RV Odd Couple does and connect with you, where would that one place be? What's the one thing?
RV Odd Couple. It could be RV Odd Couple website, RV Odd Couple YouTube, RV Odd Couple Facebook, but just put RV Odd Couple and you'll find us.
You pop up all over the place, like I said. Well, listen, after the big Palooza comes September, maybe even before, let's get back together. I want to hear how things are going. How about that?
I'd love to, Alan. Thank you so much for everything you do to help us grow. We really appreciate it.
You betcha. Y'all take care. Have a safe summer.
You too.
All right. All the best. Nice people right there, folks. I'm telling you, they are so open, so honest about what they go through and what they experience. You can follow along and become a part of what they call the RV Odd Squad. Yeah, they're the Odd Couple and the Odd Squad. Like I said, they're all across social media. That is going to wrap it up for today's show. Thank you for being a part of it. Next week, we got more prizes to give away, and a first-time guest here on the show. He's the author of a book called The RV Buyer's Handbook. I just love it. Make sure you give us a like on Facebook if you're watching right now. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure your notifications are turned on. Thank you for being with us. Remember, this is the RV Show USA. Yes, it is. The most listened to, most talked about show on radio and social media about the RV lifestyle, because we tell you the good, the sometimes not so good, and the occasional downright ugly parts of RVing. Yes, we do. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Until next time, be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. Bye-bye, everybody.